The theater lights dim, and a hush falls over the audience, signaling the arrival of the next act. The camera slowly pans across the crowd, capturing the anticipation etched on every face, from eager children to seasoned AGT fans. A single spotlight pierces the darkness, focusing on a lone figure at the edge of the stage. She is young, petite, and unassuming at first glance, dressed in a sleek, form-fitting outfit that highlights every line of her body. There's a calm determination in her eyes, a quiet confidence that contrasts with the electric tension in the room. She takes a measured breath and bends forward, folding herself in half at an angle that seems almost unnatural. Her head lowers, and her hands touch the stage floor, creating the first visual shock for the audience. Gasps ripple through the crowd, and some people instinctively lean forward in their seats, as if trying to see a trick behind the illusion. The judges' reactions range from intrigue to disbelief. Simon Cowell arches an eyebrow, skeptical but curious. Sofia Vergara leans slightly forward, eyes wide. Howie Mandel shifts in his seat, a mixture of amazement and nervous excitement on his face. In this folded position, she pauses for a brief moment, perfectly still, as if challenging anyone to predict her next move. Every muscle in her body is taut, yet controlled, displaying not only flexibility but astonishing strength. The camera captures a slow-motion close-up of her hands and feet planted firmly on the stage, emphasizing the impossibility of the act. The audience collectively holds its breath, teetering between skepticism and awe, as the moment stretches, charged with anticipation for what comes next. This first scene sets the stage for a performance that promises to defy expectations, leaving everyone in the room questioning the limits of human capability. With the audience still holding their breath from the shocking opening, she begins to move. Her folded body glides forward, each step a precise choreography of hands and feet working in perfect synchronization. The movement is mesmerizing, fluid yet deliberate, a balance of strength and grace that seems almost inhuman. The camera cuts between close-ups of her tiny, nimble feet shuffling along the stage and her hands pressing firmly against the floor, supporting her weight with astonishing control. The subtle flexing of muscles, the tautness of tendons, and the elegance of motion reveal years of training and a mastery of her body that few could ever achieve. The audience's initial shock slowly shifts into awe. Whispers ripple through the crowd, followed by gasps as they begin to realize the difficulty of what they are witnessing. Children press their faces against their parents' arms, wide-eyed and incredulous, while older spectators exchange stunned glances. The judges, previously skeptical, now lean forward in anticipation. Simon Cowell's trademark frown transforms into a look of intrigued amazement. Sofia Vergara clasps her hands together in delight, and Howie Mandel's mouth hangs slightly open, eyes locked on the performer. The stage lights capture the sheen of effort on her skin, the shadows stretching her elongated form across the polished floor. The rhythmic movement creates a hypnotic pattern, drawing the audience into the impossible act unfolding before them. Every step seems balanced on the edge of impossibility, yet she moves with unwavering confidence, as if this is the most natural thing in the world. By the time she reaches the center of the stage, the crowd is fully engaged, leaning forward, clapping, and whispering, "How is she doing this?" Scene 2 transforms disbelief into admiration, establishing her not just as a contortionist, but as an artist performing a feat that challenges the limits of the human body. As she reaches the midpoint of the stage, the performance escalates from astonishing to jaw-dropping. She transitions into a more daring maneuver, shifting her weight entirely onto her hands while keeping her legs tucked tightly beneath her. The audience collectively gasps, some rising slightly in their seats, unable to believe what they are seeing. The camera captures a slow-motion close-up of her arms flexing, muscles straining yet perfectly controlled, as her hands bear the full weight of her body. Every joint moves with precision, her spine bending in ways that seem almost impossible, yet she maintains flawless balance. The energy in the theater becomes electric. Whispers of disbelief mix with applause as the audience realizes the sheer difficulty of what she is accomplishing. Children sit wide-eyed, pointing and exclaiming, while adults exchange looks of pure astonishment. The judges are on the edge of their seats. Simon Cowell's usual stoic expression softens into stunned admiration, Sofia Vergara leans forward, clapping her hands to contain her excitement, and Howie Mandel pumps a fist, visibly thrilled by the audacity of the move. The lighting emphasizes the artistry of her motion, casting dramatic shadows across the stage that accentuate the contours of her body. Every movement is both a feat of engineering and a dance, combining strength, flexibility, and rhythm in perfect harmony. The music swells, matching her movements, heightening the drama and drawing the audience deeper into the performance. In this climactic moment, she demonstrates not just her physical abilities, but her courage and confidence, walking the razor-thin line between control and chaos. Scene 3 solidifies her status as more than a performer. She is a living spectacle, a human marvel that transforms disbelief into awe, leaving the audience utterly captivated. As she approaches the judges' table, the tension in the theater reaches a fever pitch. The audience rises to their feet, sensing that the climax of this impossible performance is imminent. Her movements remain flawlessly controlled, each step a precise interplay of balance and agility. The camera shifts between wide shots of the cheering crowd and close-ups of her folded form, highlighting the extraordinary physicality required to maintain her posture while moving forward. Every muscle is engaged, every movement measured, and yet there is an elegance to her motion that makes it appear almost effortless. Midway through the stage, she executes a breathtaking pivot. With a subtle shift of weight and a twist of her torso, she turns almost flawlessly while remaining in her folded position. The crowd erupts in a mixture of gasps and applause. The judges are on their feet, faces reflecting pure amazement. Simon Cowell, usually reserved, claps with reluctant admiration, while Sofia Vergara cheers, hands clasped to her mouth in delight. Howie Mandel pumps his fists, shouting encouragement as if urging her to defy gravity itself. The stage lights dramatize the pivot, casting intricate shadows across the floor that mirror the complexity of her movements. Slow-motion shots emphasize the artistry and difficulty of the maneuver. Her hands grip the stage with unwavering strength, her legs tucked perfectly, and her spine contorted with remarkable precision. The music swells in perfect harmony with her motion, heightening the dramatic tension and drawing the audience further into the moment. Scene 4 captures the pinnacle of suspense and skill. It transforms amazement into euphoria as the audience witnesses the final stretch of a performance that has completely redefined their understanding of human flexibility and control. Her composure, poise, and grace leave everyone holding their breath, fully captivated. The performance reaches its breathtaking conclusion as she slowly rises from her folded position, her movements smooth and deliberate. The audience watches in stunned silence for a heartbeat, unsure if she will complete the feat, before erupting into thunderous applause. She stands fully upright, a serene smile on her face, exuding a calm confidence that contrasts sharply with the awe and excitement around her. The theater vibrates with cheers, whistles, and shouts as everyone rises to their feet, acknowledging the extraordinary skill they have just witnessed. The judges join the standing ovation, each expressing amazement in their own way. Simon Cowell claps with visible admiration, a rare smile breaking through his usually stoic demeanor. Sofia Vergara beams broadly, hands clasped, nearly overcome with joy. Howie Mandel jumps and pumps his fists, shouting in delight at the seemingly impossible display of talent. Cameras pan over the audience, capturing wide-eyed children and adults alike, some with hands covering their mouths, others leaning forward, eyes glistening with astonishment. Confetti rains from above, adding a celebratory sparkle to the moment. The host hurries onto the stage, praising her extraordinary abilities, calling the performance one of the most remarkable in AGT history. The energy in the room is electric, a combination of admiration, disbelief, and joy. The cameras zoom in on her face, capturing the quiet pride and composure that contrasts with the chaos of the audience's excitement. Scene 5 is a triumphant finale, cementing her as not just a contortionist, but a performer who redefines the limits of the human body. Her act leaves an indelible impression, inspiring awe, admiration, and even a touch of disbelief. The performance ends with a standing ovation that will be remembered long after the lights dim, immortalizing her feat in the annals of America's Got Talent.